What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Hopefully you guys have had a good weekend. We're talking today about the Morgan Scourge event. It has popped up in game. We get an event preview of what to expect from it, and we're gonna break that down in today's video. Kind of talk about the rewards here, because we don't see like what the nodes are. There are data mines of what we can potentially see on those nodes. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about these milestones and these rankings and a big concern that I have with these ranking rewards, and break that all down in today's video. So if you guys find this video helpful or informative, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's dive right into it. So let's start by talking about the blog posts here. And they talk about on the original blog post for, the new updated one for Morgan. They talk a little bit about how you're going to get your points by clearing out certain things. And you talk about how here on difficulty 5, if you complete difficulty 5, that you will get Morgan unlocked. And how if you do at least difficulty 4, you should get enough through the milestone events to then get your Morgan unlocked through the ranking rewards. So if you go here and look at it, for example, the milestones, up to 500,000, you need 100 shards to unlock Morgan, and 500,000 gets you exactly 100 Morgan shards. So as long as you score 500 on the milestone, you will unlock Morgan, which means difficulty 5 will give you at least 500,000 points. And then if you look at your ranking rewards, the bottom 20% only get 40 shards. So you're looking somewhere in the range of about, 450 to 475k will probably get you where you're going to end up with your completing level 4 of the Scourge event, difficulty 4. So in terms of that, the difficulty in terms of what to expect with these and like what they're tuned for, difficulty 5, which will get you Morgan, is tuned for tier 13, which means that a lot of players should be able to get this unlocked. That's not too bad. Tier 11 at difficulty 4 should get you a little bit higher. Now, also, you can bring in difficulty modifier. That's where I'm looking for. Your modifiers that can increase the points you get overall by making the fights more difficult. We don't know what those are yet. We do have data mines, but we don't really want to talk about those because those could be completely changed, and they're rather confusing to talk about right now until we actually get eyes on them and discuss them. Don't really want to break down those difficulty modifiers, but it should not be hard to imagine you can do difficulty 4 and use modifiers, increase your score, and possibly push close to what you're going to get on a difficulty 5 score. So that is something to keep in mind. Tier 11, tier 13 characters, somewhere in that range, should get you Morgan unlocked, which is a lot better than what I was expecting when we first heard about Morgan. We were expecting like, oh man, they're going to require like tier 15, tier 16 to unlock Morgan. No, they're making her very friendly to unlock. However, if you want to get Morgan and you want to get red stars on her, yeah, it's not very friendly. And this is a big problem that I've got. I know Dorky Dad mentioned something in the Envoy server, and this is going to be something that gets talked about quite a bit. The red star rewards for Morgan are terrible. Utter garbage. Really, really bad. Let's just start. So, yeah, okay, so you get 100 shards for unlocking Morgan. If you want to get up to 4 stars on Morgan, you'll need to be in the top 40% at that point. That gets you another 80 shards. That gets you up to 40 stars on Morgan. Or sorry, 4 stars on Morgan. If you want to get the 5th star, you need to get to 210, which means you need to be in the top 2% of the rankings in order to get a 5 yellow Morgan. And that will also get you a 3 red Morgan. However, this is where things really fall off the rails. Only your top 3,000 players are going to get 4 red on Morgan, and only your top 10 players on this leaderboard will get 5 red. Now, Scopely has said that they're going to be closely monitoring the leaderboards for cheaters, and the cheaters are coming. We've seen some like absolutely bat crazy insane screenshots of people using APKs and stuff to hack and cheat. I just saw a screenshot today of like a Gear Tier 2 team punching up against a 400k power team in War Offense and just absolutely winning. So the APK cheaters are coming, and we call this a cheater board for a reason. Yeah, they'll monitor the top 10, but I find it very difficult to believe that they're going to monitor the top 3,000. And only your top 3,000 are getting 4 red. And I can guarantee the dark promo credits for Morgan are not going to be cheap in the Elite Store either. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of just the paltry rewards we're getting here. Like, okay, so 210 gets you 5 red. Top 750 will get a 6 yellow, 4 red Morgan. And I kind of see the pattern they're going for here, but I'm a little concerned in that only the top 3,000 here are getting 4 red, and that what will likely be very difficult to get dark promo credits. That'll be very expensive in offers, because you know Scopely does that. And what will likely be high cost to promote them with dark promo credits in Elite Store. I'll be glad to be proven wrong here and see them charge like 500 dark promo credits for like a 4 red star promotion on Morgan. I would happily be proven wrong on that. I don't think it's gonna be as expensive as Doom, but they're not gonna be cheap. And we have 4 horsemen, and I can bet Apocalypse is gonna have something similar to this as well, with dark promo credits too. So with the amount of dark promo credits we get right now, which is not a lot, even with the Nowhere Heist, yeah, it's going to be a long time probably before players promote them. Again, I'm happy to be proven wrong and see cheap promotions in the Elite Store, and I hope that's what Scopely does. But considering Scopely's track record here, I don't believe that for a second. So your top 750 players will get 6 yellow on Morgan. Your top 2% will get 5 yellow on Morgan. And then your top 20, or sorry, your top 40 will get 4 yellow on Morgan. So yeah, if you're outside of the top 30%, you're only getting 1 red star on Morgan, and then you gotta basically spend dark promo credits. At least they have their own exclusive slots. That's not too bad, but that'll probably get worse once you get more horsemen into the game. But yeah, I'm worried about how this is gonna go in terms of the cost. And yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys think about it as well. But one other thing I do want to talk about here is going to be this data mine. I believe this comes from Tana. This looks like a data mine from Tana. I'm moving myself. So this is a data mine of what to expect in the notes here for Scourge event. And again, this is a data mine. We have no idea if this is going to be true or not, but if it is true, this shouldn't be too difficult for a lot of players. Like you have to use hero here, and then global, then hero, then global. Yeah, there's some pretty strong hero global characters, like Secret Avengers. You can probably use them in all 4 of these nodes here. In fact, we can just go look at our global nodes, or our global characters, and we can probably pull out a good number of characters there from the beginning. Also, Astonishing X-Men are global heroes. So, you know, Secret Avengers or Astonishing X-Men, and then bring in another hero global character. You know, you've got plenty of characters there. You can bring in Emma Frost for the regular global nodes. Yeah, I mean, also, yeah, Agatha and Wong are both global characters. There's plenty of good options for global characters here. So, you know, it's nothing too crazy to worry about there. And then you get to that 5th node, and that's where you require Web Warriors and Dark Hunters. Now, this has changed. This data mine is a little old. It should be difficulty 5 now for both nodes 5 and 10 will require your Web Warriors and Dark Hunters. They've now made that to difficulty 5, but overall they've reduced the difficulty of unlocking Morgan at the same time. It was originally going to be you had to do difficulty 5 plus milestones, I think, plus ranking rewards in order to unlock Morgan. They've now changed the difficulty 4 plus rankings will now unlock Morgan. So you do not have to use Web Warriors and Dark Hunters to unlock Morgan. You still only have to do difficulty 4. You get those ranking rewards at the end. You will get Morgan unlocked at that point. So, yeah, those don't look too bad. And then you've got some cosmic nodes here. And, you know, this is where, like, Eternals plus Deathpool could be really good. There's Villain Global. These global nodes here, bring in Doom. Doom works great with that. And then you can also double dip with Doom here and these villain nodes too. So there's some pretty good global and villain characters in particular to use there. Marauders if you want to. We won't have Madeline Pryor in time, but you know, Mr. Sinister, Emma, Doom. You can also use a couple of your Weapon X characters, like Omega Red is a global character. So there's a lot of really good options here. This is where I think that this is going to become something where the better your roster is overall, the better you can use difficulty modifiers and increase your score for those rankings. We'll see how it goes in the long run. We'll see when things go live just how it pans out. But you know, honestly, it's not. It doesn't look too crazy. Like, you've got City here on a couple of nodes, but I mean, you've got Heroes for Hire, you've got Web Warriors, you've probably got Symbiotes. So you have some really good city options here too. You've probably built up Heroes for Hire because of war. If you're into war, you've probably built up Heroes for Hire. You can use them on one node, and you can probably use Web Warriors on the other city node if you need to. So really, it doesn't look too bad. We don't have access to the power on these nodes. We will have to see how that pans out, but I mean, with how they're talking about how they're trying to make this easy for players to unlock it, I can't imagine this is going to be like Dark Dimension levels of power. I imagine these will be pretty respectable numbers that anybody should be able to get through. You know, really, we'll have to see how this data mine pans out once things go live and once we get our hands on it. But let me know what you guys think down below. What do you guys think about these ranking rewards for Morgan? What do you guys think about this data mine with the nodes? Who you guys plan on bringing into these nodes? Let me know down below. But again, if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.